Hello, Internet. Welcome to NerdChat. I need a theme song. Anyway, so I haven't done one of these in a while. Last one was what, Spider-Man? Anyway, said anyway a lot. So, today welcome to Star Wars Month, by the way. I need to kill a joke. No one's going to kill the joke, but I want to kill the joke because I'm tired of it. I've seen it so many times, and I've gotten into like 3 or 4 internet fights over the past week alone over this because Star Wars is everywhere right now. But the joke, we're beating a dead horse, guys. Stormtroopers, they actually have pretty good aim. They do. They're trained for years to be the Empire's main troop. Obviously, they didn't just give a bunch of idiots guns and be like, go forth, my sons, shoot whatever you want. That's not what happened. So, to start off, the clone troopers from the times of the Republic were the original Stormtroopers. And they were for quite a while, especially for Vader's Vader's fist, as they became known with the 501st. Now, a lot of them died on the Death Star, so we did lose a lot of those, and then almost all of the Stormtroopers from there on out were just people from throughout the galaxy that needed a job. But, let's get to my first example. So, Stormtroopers, where do we see that they have good aim? Where do we see that they can actually hit something? Right at the beginning of Episode 4, right when the movie starts, right when the saga starts, what happens? They kick in the door of the Tantive and they're like plowing through rebels like wet tissue paper. They're nothing to them. Clearly, they're very capable soldiers, more capable than the rebels. Especially when Vader's there. And Vader, in that scene, didn't even do anything other than walk through because he had full faith that the troopers would be able to kill everything in their path. So, that's our first example. Example number 2 has been brought up many, many times. Let's hear it from old Ben himself.
These last points, too accurate for sand people. Only Imperial Stormtroopers are so precise.
So, Obi-Wan Kenobi himself commented on how effective the Stormtroopers were, how good their aim was. And Obi-Wan Kenobi has seen a few people fire a blaster, so he probably knows what he's talking about. But these are points that a lot of people have made, but I need to put my 2 cents behind it. I need to try to get it out there so that people realize that they are actually competent soldiers. So after this, the biggest thing that everyone talks about is the Death Star. And it makes me so angry that people don't realize. It's even covered in the movie, but the troopers were under instruction to let them go because they had a tracker on the Millennium Falcon so they could finally find out where the rebel base was, and they had a Death Star that destroyed planets with the single press of a button. So they're like, hey, how about this? Those rebels that we have on board, let's let them leave and go back to the rebel base, and we'll follow them and go and destroy it. That seemed like a pretty good idea from the Empire, so that's why they all got away, with the exception of Ben. But that's why they all got away, was because they were under instructions to not shoot them. He had to make it look like they were shooting them so they would run away, but and if anything, they're excellent actors. But that's the core thing. But I have other points to make to show examples of how competent the Stormtroopers actually are. So another thing that doesn't look great on them is in Episode 5 on Cloud City. They don't kill anyone there, but to be fair, they were ambushed, and their job was just kind of to get away. They weren't trying to fight, they just needed to escape. They had Han Solo, they had what they needed, and they were under instruction by Vader to get the hell out of there. Especially since they also weren't allowed to kill Luke because Vader needed to confront Luke. So once again, don't shoot the heroes. They were told not to shoot the heroes. And at the beginning of that movie, on Hoth, they seem to kill rebels just fine. No one ever remembers these moments where they're actually fighting and killing the enemy. And they seem to do a pretty great job of it. My final points, we go to Episode 6. Now, there's this big battle on Forest Moon of Endor. People might remember it. A few examples, we get to see the Stormtroopers not only seem to be knowing what they're doing, but actually hitting their targets. And not just any targets, they hit the heroes. So they successfully shoot 2 heroes, and they successfully hit one of them. One of the Stormtroopers on the speeder bikes actually shot directly at Luke, and it would have hit him if Luke wasn't a fucking space wizard with a laser sword that deflects those blasts. He definitely hit his target, but Luke was like, fuck yeah. So he hit him, but obviously he didn't expect that. But then later on in the fight, the people like to say they were all beaten by Ewoks. They weren't really beaten by Ewoks. The Ewoks were a weirdly formidable force for the troops, but there still is that very long, drawn-out scene of Ewoks just dying over and over, and it drags for a while. But the Ewoks do die to the troopers. We even see Wicket go up to one. He's just like trying to shake him. He doesn't move. Because he's dead. Because not all the Ewoks made it, very clearly. And in that same battle, R2 is shot and Princess Leia is shot. So that is 2 heroes that were hit by Stormtroopers, showing that they are gotta be at least somewhat competent. Our own heroes are not immune, especially when they're told, or when the troopers are not under instructions to not shoot those people. So those are my examples. That's all I gotta say on this. But God, I want that joke to die. It bothers me every time that I see someone make a joke about Stormtroopers can't hit anything. It's so overplayed by now. But that's a short rant for me. I just wanted to open up Star Wars Month with that, and yeah, that's where I'm at. So everyone, I'm glad to be on camera again, glad to be doing this again, and good to see you all. So please tell me in the comments below if you're going to continue to keep making this joke or not, or if you think that my points were dumb, or if you actually enjoyed what I had to say. So thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll have some videos up here. We'll have a thingy here, and voila.